I'm Anil Kumar, and here is a communication question on trigonometric identities. The question here is, explain why the equation 2 sin x cos x equals to cos 2x is not an identity. Now, what is an identity? When we're talking about trigonometric identities, in that case, the equation should be true for all values of x, right? Now, identity is true. That means left side is equals to the right side of an equation for all values in the domain. That is what is an identity, right? But if equation is true only for few values, then it is not an identity but just an equation, right? That is a major difference between equation and identities. Now, to prove that the given equation is not an identity, you can take some values for x, and if both sides are not equal for those values, then we say it is not an identity. So in this case, we can say if x is equals to 0, then what happens? Then we get 2 of sine of 0 cos of 0. Let me write 0 like this. What is that equal to? Now sine 0 is 0, so that is equals to 0. So this is about the left side. How about the right side? For the right side, we have cos of 2 times 0. Now cos 2 times 0, cos 0 we know is 1. Now since 0 is not equal to 1, we find that the left side is not equal to right side for x equals to 0. Therefore, it is not an identity. Now to prove that the given equation is not an identity, even one example is sufficient. That is kind of important to understand. Okay. Now this is just an equation. As an exercise, can you find the values of x which would make them true? You can try that out, right? Well, simple way to solve equation could be, in this case, 2 sin x cos x equals to cos 2x. This is sine 2x, correct? So we have sine 2x equals to cos 2x. We can divide and get sine 2x over cos 2x equals to 1. So that gives us tan 2x equals to 1. And then we can find different solutions for which the equation is true. So equations are actually true for few values, right? Now tan of an angle, so we say tan of theta is equals to 1. That means it is positive, so it could be in quadrant 1 and 4. And then we know it is 45 degrees, so pi by 4, correct? So tan theta could be pi by 4, or it could be, this is 1 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 4 pi by 4, or 5 pi by 4. Is it okay? So those are the two solutions. So to solve this, what we can do is we can write 2x theta is equals to pi by 4 or 5 pi by 4. We're just taking domain from 0 to 2 pi in this particular case, okay? Then 2x will be equals to pi by 4 or 5 pi by 4, or we can say x is equals to pi by 8 or 5 pi by 8, right? Now I should not say in the domain of 0 to 2 pi. I'm saying I should not, because in 0 to 2 pi we'll have one more circle. Let me change the domain. 0 to pi we have the x. Now why did I take so many different values? Since, let me now explain this part. We were saying that x is from 0 to pi. We changed this to minus. Then 2x will be from 0 to 2 pi. Do you get the idea? Since 2x is 0 to 2 pi, we took two values in full circle, okay? So that's the whole idea. So anyway, we'll discuss about trigonometric equations in the later half of the videos. Now, as far as the identities are concerned, it is important to note that identities are true for all values, but equations are true only for few values. So the equations which are true for all values will be termed as identities, right? Not all equations. So that's a very important thing to understand as we move forward in solving trigonometric identities and equations. Thank you and all the best.